Hey, good morning guys, Simon here from Slyletica. So let's talk about the 5 umbrellas for a successful clothing label, and essentially they're the five teams that you really need to have on your side to have a successful clothing label, one that's able to launch, make sales when you do launch, continue to grow and establish yourself for years to come, really. So let's talk about the first one, of course. Number one of the most important things you're going to need is a design team and the fashion design team. And obviously Slyletica's fashion design team sit right here next to me. We've got Nat and Grace, and there's another Nat that sits on that empty seat there. So design team, they're going to take a brief. So they're going to take your mood boards, your design boards, who your customers are. We shared a video a couple of days ago about defining who you're actually designing the product for before you actually get in there and start creating the apparel, because you want to design with customers in mind. So number one is the design team, and you want to do those things that we spoke about in the video the other day. Of course, you can head over to our YouTube channel if you would like to see the video where we talk about defining your customers and designing a product. Number two is a planning team, and this one comes down to understanding and pulling together all of the information. And now that you've got your designs ready, you want to understand what your minimum order quantities are, how much these products are going to cost, and you want to plan it out to have launches, drops over the next sort of 12 months or so. So not just your first one, but the next drop and the next collection. Even if they're smaller drops, 3 items, 5 items, 10 items, depending on your budget, you want to make sure you have multiple drops planned out. The second part of the planning team is actually the launch planning team, and that's what we spoke about yesterday, where you have a brand launch system, making sure that you've got things like a coming soon page set up. You want to have things like your social media set up. You want to have Facebook pixels, your Google Analytics, all of those type of things, and having an announcement system so that when you're launching, it's ready to go. And your planning team makes sure that all of that is synchronized and put together, and also make sure that your apparel is arriving when it needs to arrive, and make sure that it's actually launching alongside of your launch plan. Arriving alongside of your launch plan. So that's really important. So first one, design team. Second one, planning team. Of course, this one kind of goes without saying, but it's probably one of the hardest things to do, and that's to find the right manufacturing partner. Now, most people will probably go to Alibaba.com. I've got my reservations about that site, and I don't want to kind of share them here on a live video. Feel free to give us a call. You can always book in a call with our team that's over at apparelcreators.com, and we will share with you guys, some of the important things about manufacturing. These days, you want to look for ethical manufacturers. You need to go there and visit the actual facilities, not just the office space or where the factory is. Sorry, not just the office space or head office. You want to physically go and see the manufacturing facilities. You want to see the production line. We have a specific onboarding process where we must physically go and visit every single factory before we onboard them, making sure that they're child labor free, sweatshop free, they have ethical manufacturing practices, and a whole bunch of other lists. In fact, I think Tommy is our production manager. Where are you? Hey, Tommy. She probably can't hear me. She's listening to music. But we have her job basically is to head out there and visit our factories and make sure that they're ethical in essence. So you want to do the same thing, whether you're using Alibaba or not. You want to make sure you go and visit these factories and not just rely on the reports that they're sending to you, because those reports are very easily available in China. So number 4 is your marketing and e-commerce team. Marketing and e-commerce, of course, being your website, are critical. Marketing team to pull off those pre-launch plans that we spoke about, but also, of course, during your launch and post-launch, you want to continue with social media hype. You want to continue to engage with influencers. You want to continue to have high quality content on your social medias, but also you want to continue to engage with the people who are interested in your products via email. And that's where things like not just newsletters, but offers, you want to do events, you want to even just provide value, anything depending on your customers. If your main customers are mothers or mothers-to-be, perhaps you're putting together a short newsletter or a short blog that's providing value to those customers, and that's where your marketing team comes in. And of course, your e-commerce team are the people who are managing and maintaining to make sure that your website stays up and it looks fantastic. Your quality of product photography obviously needs to stay up there and look fantastic. And you also want to make sure that your website is optimized for sale. Or sales, I should say. Too often people focus on creating a website that looks fantastic, but there are no elements of actually telling people who visit your website, called website visitors, what to do, like a shop now button, where to shop for men's, where to shop for women's, where to find leggings, all of those type of things which seem to be common sense. It's really important to have them available and easily available for your website visitors to find. So that's where your marketing and e-commerce teams come in. And finally, number 5 are your distribution and order fulfillment team. These are the guys that will do your customer service, help you with products exchanges, refunds for anything that goes wrong. And of course, they're the guys who are picking and packing and sending your goods out. Now, I want to share a story with you guys. When we first started, we were doing all of these things ourselves. And actually, most of the brands that come to us plan on doing all of these things themselves. One of the beautiful things and the reasons why we actually created Slyletica was so that we could actually help offer each and every single one of these services to our customers, and that's exactly what we do today. We offer every single one of these customers. Every single one of these services to our customers. So their design team, planning team, manufacturing partners that are ethical, and we even have a production team that works full-time with those partners to make sure your orders are going through and are managed properly. We've then got the marketing and e-commerce teams, and of course we have our order fulfillment and distribution team. So they're the 5 things that you need to have a successful clothing label, what we like to call 5 pillars or the 5 umbrellas of a successful clothing label. Of course, if you'd like to speak to us about any single one of those products and services, no pressure at all. Our team are just here to help and make sure that you not only start, if you just have an idea, not only just start your clothing label, but also are able to expand and grow that clothing label for the long term so that it's going to be a successful one. So head over to apparelcreators.com